And he says that, okay, we'll mention certain practical steps which a person should be eager to act upon. The first of them is that, first of all, that when you write, that you write with clear writing. That when you're making notes, and when you're writing the benefits, and when you're writing the points that the teacher is mentioning, that you write in a very clear, legible writing. You don't write too small, and so the Sheikh says that write it in a manner that when you come back to it and you revise it, you're able to read it. And don't worry about paper, because there's plenty of paper present in the world. He says walillahi alhamd, there's plenty of paper, so don't worry about papers. Always write clearly, don't rush, so that when you go back, you're not struggling to see what you've written. That's the first thing. Second thing is that you should always strive to summarize whatever you have read or whatever you have written. So when you've heard a lesson, or when you've written from a lesson, you should come back and write. If I was to write, for example, a page summary of all the main points that have been mentioned, then you should always try to make a talkhis, a summary of each lesson. So you take your notes and write down, okay, these point 1, point 2, point 3, and so you've made a summary of that lesson. Then when you come back to it, you can refer to that summary rather than refer back to the whole lesson. So basically, you're always extracting the benefits and making the summary of each lesson that you've attended or that you've heard. And the third thing that the Shaykh mentions here, obviously, is revision. So whatever you've wrote from the Shaykh, or from the student of knowledge, and you should go back to it and try to memorize the main points, because the Shaykh says that knowledge disappears if you don't pay attention to it. Knowledge disappears. And so if you don't keep to it and attend to it and revise it, and it's like if you leave your animal, your domestic animal, or you leave a camel, for example, untied, it's going to disappear. This is the nature of knowledge. Likewise, it's the nature of the Quran. The Quran disappears from your memory if you don't keep attending to it and revising memory. The same with knowledge. Same with knowledge of the